A rising tide raises all boats. So a rising tide is a very specific thing, but it has a non-specific effect. It's not just going to pick one boat out of the bay and raise it. It will raise all the boats, right? So that's an analogy chiropractors often use to describe what happens with a subluxation. So a subluxation is a very specific thing that we can find a malposition of one bone adjacent to another. And that creates a very specific interference to the nervous system that branch off the spine through these foramen or little holes branching off. So yes, it is a specific something, specific malposition that can be identified very specifically. But as far as the effect it has on the body, much like a rising tide, it has a non-specific effect on the body. So we understand that nerves fire signals up and down the spine. And those neural messages travel all the way back to the brain. Then the brain in turn has influence over every cell, organ, and tissue in your body. So when there is a subluxation, blocking off nerve signals, that creates a non-specific effect on the body because those nerves branch out like a cobweb, touching nearly every cell, organ, and tissue. So just like drinking water, it's a very specific something. You know, water is H2O. You can identify what water is, but it has a non-specific effect on the body. It can affect your heart, it can affect arrhythmias, it can affect your digestion, it can affect your skin, it can affect your vision. Likewise, the spine that is at the very center of your body's function has a non-specific effect on nearly every cell, organ, and tissue. And yet it has problems, malpositions due to modern stresses, one bone malpositioned alongside another, creating nerve interference. And that can be identified very specifically by a chiropractor. So remember, a rising tide raises all boats. If you want to raise the function of the whole body, you have to have, just like alterations in the tide, you have to have good nerve supply reaching every cell, organ, and tissue. See you soon in the office.